So, back when I was in university, me and my boy Nico, it's our 5th year. We're in the same major. We try to pick most of our classes together if we can. We had one spot for an elective. And so one time we're sitting there thinking, I was like, what are we going to pick? Nico has a great idea. He says, let's pick Japanese animation. And I'm like, Japanese film, I think is what it was called. And I was just
Same thing.
And I was just like, He's like, yeah, we can watch fucking Pokemon. We can chill, watch some Dragon Ball Z. It'll be great. And I'm like, you know what, Nico? Hell yeah. I'm down.
I'm doing it.
And so we picked this class, and turns out wasn't like that at all. To anybody's surprise, come on.
What?
Yeah, right?
Did you ever see you not watching Pokemon?
Right? We didn't even get to watch anime, except for like the very last week was the anime week. And
You had a substitute teacher in? I don't know what I'm doing.
on the anime week, she's like, all right, class poll. Every other week, we had like a structured movie that she wanted us to watch. This week, it was like class poll. You guys decide which anime you want to watch. But of course, I'm with all these film people. I'm gonna leave it there.
Film losers.
And they're like, let's watch Ghost in the Shell instead of the Pokemon movie. And I'm like, whatever. I mean, Ghost in the Shell was pretty good. I'm not saying it wasn't good.
I was clued into the fact that you called them losers because they didn't want to watch Pokemon.
First off,
dweebs.
I didn't call them losers. You called them losers.
Yeah, you inferred. This guy's out here making fun of people for not watching the same anime as him in his class in university.
No.
God damn. The audacity.
And so that class was pretty funny from the beginning, just because there were so many like characters in it. The first day of class, he comes in with his rolly backpack, and he's like, we're in university. He comes in with his rolling backpack.
Europe? What is this, man?
He comes in with a rolling backpack, and he sits in the front of the class, and like this lady is like unorganized. She's like, yeah, like I wasn't even sure what class we were gonna meet in today.
Didn't think about the classroom that's mine.
Yeah, she's like, I haven't even printed off your syllabus, so today we're probably not going to do much. Probably just go over like the, administrative stuff, and then next week we'll meet at the proper room, give you syllabus, and then you guys can kind of know what's going on. And this kid's in the front row. The teacher's like, sure, what's up?
For anybody listening, he put his hand up.
Yeah.
Just so y'all know. Just so y'all know.
Yeah, and the teacher like looks at him, she's like, yeah? What's up? He's like, should we be writing this down? And she just kind of like half smirks. She's like, no, I don't think it's necessary. I'll give you your syllabus, next week, and you'll be good with that. And he's just like looking at her like she didn't say no. And she's like, I guess you can if you want to. He's like, oh, okay, cool. And he starts writing everything down. I was like, yo, what is this guy doing right now? This guy, I'm like, whatever. I don't know this kid. He's just that weird kid at the front of the class right now. Fast forward a couple weeks, and me and Nico get to class. Door's locked. Cool. Sit down on the bench. Just wait for the teacher. What do you do? He pulls up like 2 minutes later with his rolly backpack. Tries the door handle. And he's like, it's locked. And we're like talking. Look at him. Yeah. It's locked. That's why we're sitting here. And he says, so it was locked before you came? And I'm like, no. I locked it and sat down because I wanted us to hang out here today. What the fuck kind of question is that?
So you guys didn't lock it, or did you lock it?
It was locked before you got here? Wow. Anyways, so this kid, I couldn't handle him. Anyways, so in the class, he would always sit in the front row on the far right. Me and Nico pull up in the middle, second from the back.
Duh.
And it's basically like a mini movie theater because it's a film class. we also didn't take in that it says no food or drink on the door. Literally the first movie we watched. First off, Nico is like literally high every day. Like the class, like I don't do that, so like I'm chilling. But he was just sitting there the whole time.
You're eating even for even munchies.
I was the one that brought the snacks. Like,
Going mano a mano on this bitch.
but it was just so funny because it was like literally the first movie, and you just see Nico like giggling, and he just starts like peeling the bag open, like you know how it sounds when you open a chip bag, and literally like 3 or 4 people are just like, "Who's this?" And we're just like. And it's so loud. The chips were so crunchy. It was so funny.
You guys forgot to check that part on which class you're going to take. We allowed food?
Yeah, we were so loud. Anyways, this kid who's sitting in the front row, he would always turn around and just be like, and like look up at us like this. And it was just so, the way he would look at us was so cringe, and it was just so funny. And because Nico's so high, he just couldn't handle it. And once he just starts losing it, I'm dying because I can't handle this either. This whole thing's too much. But all it would take is one comment, that kid would turn up and look at us, and Nico would just start pissing himself laughing. And like, there were some other characters in the room too, like, there was one guy, we called him Reverse Prince, because he looked just like Prince, the musician, except instead of having like a high, soft voice, he was like, hello. He had like the deepest fucking voice you've ever heard. Like, oh, jeez, this guy. There was...
He was just a black guy? So you call him Reverse Prince? He's just a typical black guy?
He was nothing... I didn't say anything about him being black. I said he looked like Prince.
Isn't Prince black?
Yeah, I guess so, but like, it had nothing to do with it. That was a reach. Anyways, there was this girl who wore like some like gypsy sultan hat or something. I don't know what it was. She was white, so whatever it was.
Gypsy sultan?
It was definitely not some religious thing. It was her just wearing it because she felt like being...
Might as well.
A mind reader or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
she was weird.
You go to university, reinvent yourself, be whoever you want to be.
There was Lance Armstrong, this dude that would pull up in his like full biker's gear, like fucking tight ass unitard or whatever it's called, bodysuit, and he would wear his helmet the entire class.
Got that Flanders outfit went nothing at all.
There was the one kid that always said avant-garde, and I'm like, the fuck is avant-garde?
What?
But everything.
What is that?
I still don't know, and I'm not willing to Google it to tell anybody.
I thought it was like a Harry Potter thing or something.
No, it's like, I don't even know how to describe it, because I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Clearly it's some style or something, but regardless, I'm sitting in that class like, the hell he talking about?
Yeah.
But he would say it for everything, and I'm like, am I the only one that thinks there's no way whatever we're watching, it's all avant-garde? Like, whatever it is, are we really doing one class on only avant-garde movies? How is he saying that to every single movie?
Maybe he's Japanese, or he actually knew stuff about Japan.
No, there's just white kids. There was like maybe 2 Japanese kids in the whole class, and I don't even know if they were Japanese. That's me guessing. They were just Asian. There's nothing to tell me that they were Japanese. So, anyways, there was just all these like random characters in the class, and I just remember like it was always just so weird. And I remember one time, I said something one time, and Nico was just pissing himself. He just couldn't handle it. This kid, he was sitting in the front of the class, is like the same one with the rolly backpack, and he's standing there, and he's just standing up. And everyone's sitting down, the teacher's talking, and he's just standing up straight, arms down, just looking at her. And I was like, why is he standing? It's so weird. He's been standing for 15 minutes. And I mean, I'm like, sure, maybe there's a reasonable explanation. But I'm just like, yo, this real Slim Shady, sit the fuck down. And Nico just starts pissing himself. And now we're just like, we're in this laughing fit. And we just can't stop it. He's getting fucking... And so what's he do? That kid turns and looks at us. And then he just loses it all over again. It was so good. Anyway, so last part of the story. Every week somebody had to like present on something. And so finally it came the time for our presentation. And during a presentation, you talk about the movie, you talk about a couple things, and then you have open the class up for questions, and everyone can just kind of throw questions at you, and you answer. So this is like the only day, the only day we had to be serious. I don't remember if Nico was high this day. He could have been, probably was. Either way, I didn't intend to do this. It wasn't like me just trying to be a dick. I just stupid question, brushed it off immediately, got to the next person. But anyways, so we had like one question here, and then homeboy in the corner, he raises his hand, and so reluctantly I'm like, yeah, what do you got? And so I don't even remember what he asked because it was so insignificant, but I didn't even let him finish his sentence. So I was like, nope. And I just turned and I pointed at the next person. It was like a one-word answer. I cut him off and I just went to the next person. And I remember like all I could hear from Nico was him just like trying to hold it in because he just started dying. Yeah. And then after the class, he's like, dude, how could you do that to me? You know I can't handle that. He was like, I was about to answer him.
Yeah.